Zenless Zone Zero is the latest RPG from HoYoverse, the same company that brought the world Genshin Impact, amongst other well-known titles. In this game, you play as a proxy, a character who explores the hostile alternate dimensions known as the Hollows, put a stop to an interdimensional threat known as the Ethereal. Zenless Zone Zero features an insanely fast combat system, featuring your own party of 3 selected characters, where you switch between them seamlessly and deal tons of epic damage. Timing in this game is a feature, not an option. Before an enemy attacks, a yellow flash will appear, and switching characters at that very second will initiate a perfect switch. This helps you cycle through the party while also raising your survivability and dealing even more damage. In this video, I'll give you my first impressions of playing the game for the very first time, with pros and cons at the very end. With that being said, let's jump right in. Toss right into the character select screen. I'm gonna go with the waifu. That's usually how it is with these games. Straight away I can tell that the animations are insane in this game. Quality is just incredible. And now it's kind of like a comic book series episodic thing. It's also voice acted. I don't give a mother. Silver-haired waifu reporting for duty, as it seems. Right, this is incredibly snappy. Okay, so WASD to move as usual, left click for attack, and oh my god, these attacks are fast. So right now I'm getting some PGR vibes. Oh, nice. So basic attacks are generating energy, which fuel our special attacks. There we go, that was pretty cool. And she seems to be a lightning style. Well, somebody better call Vegeta. This guy still his hairdo. The voice acting is superb, better than most games I've played. So now we got ourselves a second character, and it seems that he is a ranged kind of a guy, using dual shotguns or whatever. Oh, cool, then that's a switch, so we can switch around between the characters. Nice. And we can do like special combos as well. Whoever made these combat animations deserves a raise. And that was the ulti we got to use with that character, and let's see this one.
Don't worry, everyone will get their share.
Nice. So it seems we can do a perfect assist, perfect dodge in this game as well. It's really good. And now we are actually back in a main hobby kind of a hub here, where we're controlling the character we selected in the beginning. So let's see where this takes us. This game seems to be pretty heavy on the dialogue. I mean, I've been smashing spacebar for the last 5 minutes, and it's still going. So I was just looking around the main menu and randomly claimed one of my sign-up bonuses, I guess, and it was a new character right here, some kind of a maid. That's pretty neat. This is basically the main menu. You are essentially just chilling on a couch, which is a really cool kind of a thing to see. Essentially, it's like a wallpaper mechanic. This looks like the area where we're gonna be picking out our main story and event quests. So far, we only have the story commission here, but there's a few other things available, and I see different chapters as well. So I guess that's gonna unlock only later after we played a little bit more. So it seems like right off the bat, even when you're starting off at the very first missions, you have an immediate choice where you can pick a casual mode, where it's basically story focused, combat is easier, and it's just suited for casual players, and then challenge mode, where everything is just harder, and it's more of a hardcore experience. Pretty neat, and you can also change the setting in the game settings at any time, which I kind of like. Sometimes you want to challenge, sometimes you don't, and sometimes you don't just have enough time for that. And it looks like per party we're gonna have 3 in total as a maximum. What am I playing as? Look at this thing. The game's combat definitely got a lot better when you got the second character. I bet that when we have all 3 it's gonna be even that much better. Finally, a more tanky mob to be my punching bag. And that was the first mission. I think we did pretty good. I see an S rank, and we got a whole bunch of goodies here. But from what I understand, in the future we'll be able to return to these older maps and older boss areas, just so we could kind of get better results, get better rewards, and just improve our ranking. At least that's what it looks like. We'll see later. Honestly, I feel like I'm spending more time in these dialogue screens than in the actual game. I really wish there was a skip button or something so I could just get back in the action. So similarly to other anime-like gacha games, this game also includes various achievements that will also award you. So here we have the stuff you can get from the story, from the city, so basically log it in for a total of 7 days, 30 days, reaching certain levels. As well as the tactics for when you're doing a certain amount of damage. Here's the unavoidable part, all the waifus and husbandos you could possibly want, all wrapped up in a neat little ribbon. You can even play dress up. Wow, so this one looks fairly sexy. There's an actual panda champion. There's a furry, of course, in here. There seems to be a nice selection of champions to pick from, and with the dress up and wallpapers you can make, it's offering quite a lot of customizability. And I can also set up a custom profile image. That's neat. The hub outside of the combat area is surprisingly large. There's an entire Japanese-style city block here, and by the looks of it, there are shops and other things to do here, so it's quite realistic. Hello, Mr. General Chop. As standard in all these gacha games, you can level up each of your waifus separately with different collected resources, and it looks like you can equip these special W engines for additional boosts and effects and damage. They can even be leveled up, have rarities, just like all the characters themselves. Might I add, the atmosphere in the town is really well done. It feels like a mini Japan. Free trial run? Well, don't mind if I do, game, thanks. Oh, so she's a gunslinger, and her ulti and special attacks are grenade tosses for massive AoE damage. Generally, I don't really like these types of characters, but I don't know what it is about her. I actually like it. So far, it's really well done. Now this dude pops in and he's just using his drill thing to poke all these guys up their asses, I suppose. Okay, game. That's a pretty awful way to go if you think about it. Death by drilling the ass. And here we have our typical gacha system, equipment enhancers, and then for a few special characters. So here we have Caesar, and then we have this Char lolly cat girl thing, which I think you're gonna get police called out for you if you actually want to roll this one. Well, we're getting a first boss battle or something. As AoE and actual things to do. Actually, I don't think that is a boss. It's way too easy, so I guess it's just a bigger mob we kind of got through. All this walking around the town and just talking to random NPCs is really getting boring. I really want to just go back and fight in the actual game, not talk to random NPCs. So it looks like we're actually going to get to fight this thing after all. Good. I wanted some kind of a challenge. The combat is definitely a lot better now that we have all three characters running around. Sit. So I guess there's going to be an option for us to take pictures of our characters and everything in the casual setting. This game actually has fully playable arcade games. And in all honesty, this is a pretty good iteration of Snake. This looks like the game's version of a hacking minigame. I suppose it's something. This lolly cat girl is slashing through everything in her way like it's butter. I hate to admit it, she's fun to play with, but I feel like the FBI is watching me. I'm really hoping we get to fight that thing. It's been mostly easy picking so far with tons of dialogue. I want something big and challenging. Come on, game, don't be shy. So it looks like I can set up these custom battles for resource farming, which helps with promotions and leveling up my champions. Seems like this area is where we're gonna get to fight the big guy. At least I'm hoping for that. So I guess this is our first actual boss battle. Let's see how we do. I'm not sure of the later parts in this game or what they're gonna focus on, but I really hope that the focus switches more to these sort of epic boss battles rather than all the dialogue boxes and spam clicking spacebar. This is just so much more fun and engaging. That was way too easy. I'm guessing there's gonna be a level 2 or something. Yeah, I was right. Here it is. Big fuck off monster. Not a bad battle, to be fair, for the very first boss of the game. And now that I've actually gotten through the very first real boss battle of the game, I think I'm gonna call it quits for the day and move on to the pros and cons. Starting with the pros, combat in this game is out of this world and hands down the best part of the game for me personally. It's super fast, responsive, skill-based, and flashy with wonderfully done animations. Speaking of animations, these are what I would call anime level. Not only that, they are also all voice acted to perfection, which at times can draw you in so much that you forget you're actually playing a game. The character design is top notch. You'll have everything from massive panda bear warriors to cutesy lolly cat girls to pick from, all with unique outfits, combos, and fighting styles. You can even use them as a background in the game menu to further personalize your private space. Zenless Zone Zero is also packed with tons of side content, like well-made arcade games, custom battles, dress-up, mini-games, and quite a bit more. And finally, I enjoyed the home hub modeled after a Japanese town. It was realistic with shops and activities, however it did feel a bit overused as running around in it cut me off from actually enjoying the game's combat system. The game is heavily instanced, resulting in a lot of loading screens, which really does affect how the game feels in general. Battles themselves are far too short, where most maps can be cleared in just a few minutes and boss battles can be done in about 5. Considering the game shines with the combat system, this would really help if it was improved. Lastly, for a player that's focused on gameplay, I felt a bit robbed. There was far more time spent in dialogue boxes where I had to spam the spacebar to speed up the conversation. In my opinion, the game should focus more on the key gameplay at the start of the game to draw new players in, rather than have them spend 60 or more % of their gameplay just blindly going through dialogue. Overall, Zenless Zone Zero is a fantastic anime-level quality action combat game with a deep narrative and lots to be enjoyed. From vibrant characters to explosive gameplay, it has it all covered. And even though there are some bumps on the road, they are not something that cannot be tweaked with just a few small updates. In general, I enjoyed my time with the game, even if it did frustrate me at times, but I just wanted to dive into the combat, which is why I highly recommend anyone that's into anime and action combat games to really give this a shot. But that's it for the video. What are your personal thoughts on Zenless Zone Zero? Feel free to drop it in the comment section below. As always, likes are appreciated and social media is down below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.